Alright, sweeties.
So I'm going to push this thing backwards a little bit, get myself out of the mud. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to turn it just around, but it'll be alright. Right there, I think maybe I can do this. I don't know. We'll try it and see. Anyway, these are 10 millimeters. There's pre-drilled holes right here, threaded for these to screw into. And we'll start them down in there. And I don't know how well that's going to work because it's about to hit the steering column right there. Pretty close, but we'll try it and see. It works or it don't, you know, no big deal. Whatever it does. If it don't work, we can always take it loose and turn it up. And that is kind of loud, bang bang. Again, guys, I've done this one time before on here. I know it's not sponsored or nothing like that, but I don't know if you can see on that socket there or not. Part2, guys, I love them. They're great. I had pretty good luck. My charger did go bad on my batteries for my drill and my driver and stuff, but I can buy another one for 70 bucks. So it's just a matter of doing that. And that bolt don't seem more tighten up for whatever reason. I don't know. Maybe it's stripped out the previous. It don't matter. It's holding. It's good. We got the silver board in. I'll have to come up with another cable to come out here with this battery. I've got the plate and they put the pulley on that plate. Get it mounted, it mounts right there under that steering column. I'll stand it up on its butt for that deal. Alright, so let me show you here on this wiring. This is the factory wiring that comes on this. This wire is the ignition wire that comes from the ignition down to the kill. This is what kills the engine. Your safety switches are all linked to this. What we're going to do is we're going to cut this off right here because we don't need it. This wire will actually be the yellow one. Will be running around to the governor plate and hooked onto a wire terminal there. And when you turn the key off, it'll ground out, and that's what kills the motor. These two wires, the red and the white, these two wires go to your charging system. They're tied in with your kill. But like I said, we're going to cut that. These two are your charging system. They plug in right there in front of the starter next to the dipstick. So all these wires we'll be using, we will be cutting them apart right there. So we'll lay those to the side. And this wire has your fuse link in it. This will go to your solenoid post, which will make it hot up to your switch, which is what will activate everything. This is supposed to make your solenoid work. We'll have our battery cables on there, and when you hit the key it should fire up. To this wire, this is a ground that comes off of the switch. This to ground it to the body. It was grounded under the solenoid. I may leave that wire. I don't know that we'll need it because the headlight wires right here work off of the switch. You turn the switch backwards, your headlights come on. We probably won't be using that. because there's going to be a switch box up here with 6 different switches in it. There'll be one for the lights, there'll be one for the air compressor, there'll be one for the horn. Actually, no, I'm sorry. The horn won't be on that. The horn will be on the air valve up on top. But this switch panel, I've got it figured out and wrote down. The switch panel should be full. Something happens that I do need a little extra, I may tie the air compressor into the light wire. That way if you turn the key backwards 1 notch, the air compressor will come on and fill the tank back full. Not really decided how I'm going to do that, but that's the general rule on that deal. What we had planned is to have our headlight on a switch in the switch panel. There'll be a red and a green light back here, as you all see later in the build, that will let them know, you know, if the light is green, you're good to get off. If the light's red, you stay seated, don't move because the train's moving. And those 2 lights will be back there. We'll figure that out. But those 2 lights will be on each, they'll be on a individual switch, each one of them. Your headlight, your air compressor, and there's some other stuff that'll be on here that'll be on those switches as well. So we'll just see, you know, how it works out. It may be loaded, we may have to use that so we can turn the key back. I don't know, we'll just see how it works. But we are putting 2 batteries on this little deal because everyone knows how a lawnmower charging system is. They're not great. If you overload them, they're sure not great. Most of them don't charge real well at idle. So if I can put 2 batteries on it to help maintain the power and, you know, kind of divide it between the 2, maybe if one gets a little weak, the other will still have the power to start it or do whatever we need to do. So that battery will be in the water box here on the side of the frame. It'll be sitting in here. I don't want to put it on the other side because the exhaust will be over here. But I'm not real sure what we're going to do with the exhaust. If we're going to run a stack and bring it up through the hood, or if we're just going to try to get a real quiet muffler and bring it out the front somehow. Not sure how we're going to do that, but I want to keep it off of everybody, including me and the kids, because the one that I drive sometimes will absolutely choke you to death. Now, another thing I wanted to show you guys, there will be a hole probably cut in this front board right here for heating purposes, as far as letting heat come back in here. There's a door right there that I could take the screws out of. I can get in there to access my solenoid or whatever I need to access in there through that. Like I said, the air tank and the air compressors and stuff, and all that'll be in there as well. So hopefully I'll have enough access to get through that, into that stuff, and I think it'll be pretty neat. So we're gonna get this wiring finished up, get the pulley put on, have it right here, and go ahead and put it on the plate, stand it up, put that on, put the bulb on, and I'm going to set the motor on before I do any of that, after I get the wiring done, and see if it'll crank the motor and make sure. But that's the build, guys. I'm anxious to get the cab started building and build the water boxes on, and that's when you all see it start taking shape, and I think y'all enjoy it. So hang tight, weenies. Alright, weenies. So in this clip, while we're here, let me explain to you what I've done. I found the wire with the fuse in it that bolts to the battery side of your solenoid. As you see, the battery cable comes up from the back, comes over to this side of the solenoid, and the fuse link wire is attached to that. And then the orange wire out of the harness goes down to the little prong on the front of the solenoid. This is a 1-prong deal. And then you have the wire coming off of the top post of the solenoid on this side over here that comes out to your starter. This is the charging wires. They'll be hooked up right here beside the starter. There's a little hookup right in here. So that wire will plug to that. One's AC, one's a protected DC. That's what should charge the batteries and what have you. Lawnmowers don't have the best in the world of ignition charging system on, but this will be tied in up here to the coil wire to kill the engine, and that's how that'll work. So we'll just pull this wire, hit it around up here like this, and tie in right there. And I'm going to try to keep all this nice and neat and tidy. I don't want it to look like junk, but it does work. The engine will run. I did fire it up a minute ago. In it, so it probably just flooded itself a little. But the ignition switch does work. The battery's a little weak. I need to charge that battery up. I've been pulling all this, trying to get everything to work, and pretty well got it, I think. So that's great. That'll be cool. We're ready to put the belt on, put the pulley and the plate on. Then I can bolt the motor back down and finish my wiring from there. And I think it'll be a neat build. It's coming on good. I'm excited for it, and I hope you are as well. So enjoy the video, kick back, relax, guys. There ain't nothing else better to do. And we'll get this thing going. Alright, Weenie, so we're waiting on this thing to drain down so it'll start back. I did flood it a little bit there. But that battery is weak too. I may have to charge it. I've had the motor running like twice already. Actually, when I was wiring it up, I accidentally hit it and it fired up, and it kind of scared me. But we've got the accessory on the switch where if you turn it back one notch, your headlights come on. I'm seriously considering putting the air compressor on there for the horns. We'll see how it goes, but for the most part, we got the ignition to where it'll start. We've got all that wired up. I gotta get these wires tidied up, fix them where they're gonna be over there neat and out of the way. I'm getting ready to put the pulley on, put the belt on. We'll put the engine pulley on as well. Get the engine bolted back down, and we'll be ready to hook everything up, fire this jewel up, take it for a test ride, and then when it comes back in from a test ride, it will be time to start building the body around it. There'll be alright, Weenie, we got it running. So time to start building the body on, and I think it'll be pretty sweet.